Welcome in, everybody, to Livingston Academy for the high school baseball game of the week, presented by the Overton County Farm Bureau here in Livingston, Tennessee. The Livingston Academy Wildcats getting set to take on the Warren County Pioneers. My name's Jacob Vincent, joined by Rusty Ellis. We were supposed to be in Smithfield tonight. DeKalb County was supposed to take on Macon County. That game was canceled, so we are here in Livingston for this fun non-district battle between one of the better 3A teams in 7 AAA and a pretty solid 4A team in Warren County as well. And Rusty, coming into this one, Warren County 15-15, went 1-7 in 9 4A, the same district that we saw last night with Coffee County in there, but very competitive in all of their district games, all of them within 3 or 4 runs, with the exception of one game that they lost by 9. So they have been in almost every single one of their games this season.
Yeah, a lot similar to what we said about Coffee County last night in Baxter. It's a team that you look at the record and you're like, okay, so they're hot and cold. You might get them on the right day and you'd be able to blow them out. One actually turns out to be the case is they're very competitive, and that record's very, very deceiving. A few breaks go their way, and they probably have significantly more wins. That record looks a little bit more daunting. So going to be a tough lineup for Drew Goolsby on the mound tonight for LA to have to deal with. A lot of power in this lineup, and that's going to be something that he's going to have to deal with early on today. So he's going to have to keep the ball low in the zone. You don't want to miss over the plate, and you certainly don't want to miss to this top 4 in the lineup. We talked about how ridiculous their stats are. This is going to be a fun game today.
Yeah, the leadoff, and we'll go through the lineups for Warren County, the Wallows Insurance starting lineups. Alex Van Veeren will be on the mound. He bats first. Easton Denning is the shortstop, batting second. Aiden Miller, first baseman, batting third. Baylor Melton bats fourth at third base. Tyler Adams, the second baseman, batting fifth. Jaron Harris is the right fielder, batting sixth. Brian Haven bats seventh. He is the catcher. Connor Williams is the DH in the 8th spot, and the 9th spot is Haven Jones in left field. So Alex Van Veeren leads things off against Drew Goolsby, who is on the mound. He's got some really good numbers. This will be his 10th appearance of the season. He's got a 3-1 record, 24 innings pitched, 2.33 ERA, 28 strikeouts to 15 walks, and a 176 batting average against as we get started here just after 5 o'clock. First pitch in there just a little bit outside for ball 1. Alex Van Veeren, he's a 3-sport athlete. Football, basketball, and here in baseball as well. Swings at this one, left side of the infield on a 1 bounce to Cotterman. Has to make a good throw, does so, and that's the first out of the inning. So a good start for Livingston Academy with 1 out in the field. It will bring up one of the biggest hitters in the area, Easton Denning. He's going to Vol State. He has 8 home runs, 30 runs driven in on the season, batting .407. And our cars are in some serious danger right now.
Yeah, this is a woolly mammoth of a human being, and that's just stepped into the left-handed batter's box. So certainly one you don't want to miss over the plate to, as Goolsby works ahead with strike 1.
He goes inside that time. Denning has had some gaudy numbers this season. They've only played 30 games. He's got 18 extra base hits, the homers included in that, 2 triples, and 8 doubles. This one right back up the middle over the head of Goolsby, and Denning will find his way aboard with a 1-out single.
I think what I liked most about that swing there, really smooth swing, not trying to do too much, just hits the ball hard, back up the middle for a single. Going to let the lineup behind him go to work.
That'll bring up Aiden Miller, the first baseman for this Warren County team. This Warren County team, mentioned it, 15-15, but have been battling in all of their games. They have actually played, this is their 5th game this week. They played Lincoln County Monday and Tuesday, lost both of those. Lincoln County, the number 1 seed in 9 4A, lost them 9-3 and 8-4. As this one's in there, a little check swing, he did go. It'll be strike 1. They then took on Shelbyville in a rescheduled game on Wednesday and lost in that one 8-4 before beating Moore County yesterday 15-3. So they're coming off of a win. However, this is their 5th game in as many days. They will have one more game as well. They'll play Monday against DeKalb County.
That's all the rainouts kind of catching up to you at some point, especially when they happen in bunches like they did a week or so, 2 weeks ago. It's just kind of inevitable. You have these weeks where you have to play 4 games in 5 days or worse.
Runner on first base is Denning. As Goolsby delivers, a little check swing. That's going to be a fair ball, a swinging bunt. Parrott out from his crouch, makes the throw to first. Ledbetter steps, and that'll be the 2nd out. It moves Denning into scoring position at second base with Baylor Melton coming to the plate.
Yeah, it essentially works as a bunt. It's not going to go in the scorebook as one because he swung all the way, but it moves the runner up, and at least with 2 outs, gives your cleanup hitter a chance here now with a runner in scoring position to open the scoring.
The third baseman, Baylor Melton, also having some power. This team, they've got power all over the place. He's got 4 home runs and 28 runs driven in, and as we saw on Tuesday against Upperman, that left field fence is always in play. here at Livingston, Tennessee. It appears, though, the wind is actually blowing in from left field today, so it'll be a little bit harder to get it out there. But again, just down that left field line, 285 down that left field line, 290 down the right field line.
Yeah, it's one where the wind's blowing in like this. You're trying to keep from almost hitting it too high to where it gets caught up in the middle of that wind. You want to at least keep it low enough to where it doesn't really affect it that much.
Carson Parrott having some troubles with the pitch comm. They're actually trying to take care of that in his helmet right now, it appears, or possibly a snap that came loose. And so the home plate umpire is actually holding his helmet, and Carson is trying to put it back together. So Drew Goolsby will keep it warmed up with Drake Blankenship, the other catcher in the roster for Livingston Academy, over at third base. 2 gone here in the top of the first in Livingston, and Easton Denning standing on second base had the 1-out single and then was moved over on the swinging bunt by Aiden Miller. Baylor Melton coming to the plate for the first time, as we will see Alex Van Vieren on the other side on the mound for Warren County. And again, it's got to be tough for them. 5 games in 5 days. That's got to be a pitching nightmare for Coach Philip King.
Well, and you're hoping that each pitcher, each game is able to at least go 5 or 6 innings where you're not having to burn a second arm. So you're hopeful that you get some deep starts. So that's what they're going to be looking for from Van Buren today.
2 gone here in the first. Goolsby comes home. This one is drilled down the left field line. That's going to drop for a fair ball. Here comes Denning. He will score. It gets away from York in the corner, and moving up to second base for an RBI double is going to be Baylor Melton, and the first run of the game comes home for Warren County.
Yeah, and Melton just kind of flipped that one out into left field down the line, and it just ends up squirting under the glove in fair territory, and that ends up essentially giving Warren County an extra base. Pretty sure the run was going to score with the runner off on contact there, but that's one of those where you've got to keep that ball in front of you there because you may have just given up 90 feet. Now, just like that, you've got another runner in scoring position.
Yeah, you're probably right. It probably was a single and then advancing on the possible error out there, but the run was going to score no matter what. And so Baylor Melton able to drive home the first run of the game. This one is hit hard out to right field. It'll send Tayshawn Hayes back. He's in front of the wall and will make the catch, drifting back off the bat of Tyler Adams. They came out swinging, and they got 1 run across. Warren County leads at 1-0. Alex Van Vieren will be coming on the mound in the bottom of the first. You're watching the high school baseball game of the week presented by the Overton County Farm Bureau on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network. Back here in Livingston Academy, it's a 1-0 lead for Warren County as they're out into the field. For Livingston, their lineup will look like this. Zach Cotterman leads it off. Carson Parrott bats second. Tayshawn Hayes in the third spot. Dylan York is the cleanup batter. Dawson Ledbetter bats fifth. Ryan Paul Campbell batting sixth. Batting seventh is Drew Goolsby. Batting eighth is Ethan Hooks. And Drake Blankenship bats ninth. Corbin Burns not batting. As on the mound is going to be Alex Van Vieren for the Warren County Pioneers. This will be his 9th appearance and his 3rd start of the season. He's got a 2-0 record. He does have 1 save on the year. He's got a batting average against of .215 and 23 2/3 innings pitched so far this season. 15 strikeouts to 18 walks and a 4.14 ERA. As Zach Cotterman will step in, the shortstop for the Wildcats.
And what we just got done talking about, Jacob, was the key for Livingston early on is going to be patience, not hitting themselves into early outs, because Van Buren, the one question mark with them is his command. So you want to try to see as many pitches each as bad as you can, as that one is pumped over for strike. Looks like we're going to have a fairly sizable strike zone tonight.
Yes, we are. And as long as it's consistent,
we're good.
Some of the zones that we have seen this week have
you mean
not
last
been
night?
That. Last night, Monday night.
Last night, where apparently at your eye level and at your ankles were both a strike.
It was, you had to go up there swinging. Here's the 1-1. Good breaking ball. Cotterman swings through it, and it's 1-2 now. Van Buren ahead. Warren County was down to 2 outs in the top half of the first, and then a hard hit ball by Baylor Melton played at Easton Denning for the first run of the game for the Warren County Pioneers. They lead at 1-0 right now. Van Buren the 1-2. That'll miss a little bit low. Couple more games for Livingston Academy after this one. They'll actually host Clinton County out of Kentucky tomorrow. That one misses inside. The count runs full, and then they'll go on the road to Cumberland County, Kentucky on Monday. So a couple of Kentucky schools, a couple of border battles to finish out their regular season. Called strike 3 on the inside corner. Got him to look at it. And a good start for Van Buren on the mound.
Yeah, really good fastball there over the inner third of the plate there. Got Cotterman looking. I think he might have been looking for some off-speed there. He certainly wasn't looking on the inner third, and a good start to the inning for Alex Van Buren.
Carson Parrott going to try to get it going. He struggled a little bit against Livingston Academy, or against Upperman on Tuesday, as almost everybody did at the plate. Kane Shanks was tremendous. Rips this one left side. Denning almost overran it. Somehow gloves it, makes a good throw, and got the speedy Parrott in time. A tough play by Denning. That took a wild hop and was able to adjust on the fly.
Yeah, I don't know what happened with Denning there, because it looked like at first he overran the ball, because I think there might have been some weird backspin on the ball on the bounce there. Makes a great little just pick out of the dirt and recovers enough to make a good throw. That was just a really good recovery play by Denning over at short.
Well, 2 gone here in the inning. It'll bring Tayshawn Hayes to the plate, the right fielder. Made a nice grab there to end that top half of the first. Van Buren a breaking ball. Called strike across.
And working ahead like that, it really helps you out as a pitcher, because, you work ahead, you throw ball 1, ball 2. Well, now you've got to put something over the plate. Now Van Buren kind of has his whole arsenal available.
Here comes the 0-1, another breaking ball. That one missed a little bit high that time, and he has gone deep into outings against East Robertson, a good team. He actually went all 7 innings in that game. Most of his appearances have been these relief appearances. This is just his 3rd start of the season. In his 10th appearance.
Kind of a sign of, them. They really would like for him to go deep today. You mentioned it, playing as many games as they have in such a short amount of time. You're looking for an extended outing from him today.
Yeah, and still another one on Monday as well. Here's the 2-1. And that one misses. 3-1 now to Tayshawn Hayes. He did get to a full count on Zach Cotterman, and then was able to get him looking on the inside corner, and then the ground out by Parrott on the first pitch. That was a little weird there.
Looked like on his
reset.
On his backswing, look, he might have gotten the catching mitt back there, the catcher's mitt back there. I couldn't tell.
Here's the 3-1. That one down the left field line, but caught at third base by Baylor Melton for the final out. Quick inning for Van Buren. He faces the minimum, and we are through 1-0 for the Pioneers. You're watching the high school baseball game of the week presented by the Overton County Farm Bureau on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network.
Livingston Regional Hospital is Livingston's hometown hospital. Located at 315 Oak Street, Livingston Regional Hospital provides compassionate, quality care for all patients from local people you can trust, so you can count on them to treat you like family. Their excellent staff offers years of experience and training to meet the needs of all patients. They understand the importance of providing care in a professional and comforting manner. They're proud to partner with Livingston Academy Athletics through the LRH Sports Medicine Team. Livingston Regional Hospital is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Frontier Chevrolet is ready to get you into your next vehicle and are proud to offer a lifetime powertrain warranty on nearly all vehicles below 80,000 miles. View inventory online at www.caseyschevy.com, including the brand new Chevy Trax and Traverse, or stop in at 2350 Cookeville Highway today. Remember, don't buy till you see Jason Fye.
We're back here in Livingston Academy, 1-0 lead for Warren County, with them coming back to the plate here in the top half of the second. It'll be Jaron Harris, Brian Haven, and Connor Williams, 6, 7, and 8 in the lineup for the Pioneers as we get going here in the top half of the second. Really quick first inning, and for Warren County, they were really aggressive at the plate, and you mentioned it, we were kind of talking about it in between the break, how, they came out swinging, and a lot of their contact was solid contact against Goolsby.
Yeah, it's contact that you'll live with if you're Coach Philip King. You're hitting the ball really hard. It might not always translate into hits or runs, but if you're hitting the ball hard, typically that means your guys are seeing the ball really well, so Goolsby's going to have to pitch a little bit more carefully here in the second.
2 hits, 1 run, 1 left aboard in the first. Swing and a miss here by the right fielder, Jaron Harris, as the catcher, Brian Haven, stands in the on-deck circle. That one hit high in the air out towards right in foul territory, right past Ledbetter, and it'll be a foul ball. And strike 2, 0-2.
Yeah, we mentioned it as well, or not Van Buren, Warren County. I'm getting confused with Van Buren on the mound and the Van Buren school. With Warren County, they've been really, really aggressive early in the count. See, if you're Goolsby, I think that you can use that to your advantage here. Try to maybe work something that's more out of the zone, see if they take advantage of that.
Here's the 0-2. That'll miss outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Make sure you stick around. In the third, we'll do some On This Day in History. In the fourth, we'll have trivia. Rusty will put it in the comments, and you guys can comment along with us.
It's a fun question today. Don't worry. None of this 1910 stuff.
I heard the gripes yesterday from the Upperman press box, so I decided to change it, go a little bit more recent.
Now, if Noah had been here in my place, you wouldn't have been able to do that. You would have had to stay with the 1910s.
That's true.
Me, you can take a little bit of pity on.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch from Goolsby.
Good
Called
pitch.
strike 3. The Birdies Lounge strikeout for Drew Goolsby is the first out of the inning here in the second.
And that's a big first out there because that's the first one where it wasn't a hard hit ball. So now Goolsby, you can tell, he's kind of started to find some rhythm that works for himself where he's able to take advantage of that Warren County aggressiveness here. We'll see if that continues the rest of the game.
So Brian Haven will step to the plate, the catcher for the Pioneers. 1 gone here in the inning. Goolsby delivers a fastball. The bunt is put down into foul territory, and not too many times you're going to see that from the catcher.
Yeah, he was moving down the line, too.
He was moving. It was a pretty good bunt. It rolled just foul. He'll have to make his way back, and he's got a 0-1 count to him now.
Yeah, normally you associate the catcher position in baseball with one of your slowest runners on the team there, but no, he was moving down the line. If he keeps that one fair, he's very likely safe at first.
We'll see if he tries to go to it again, playing in his Blankenship at that third base spot. He's swinging away, doesn't swing though, and it's an 0-2 count as it is a called strike in the outside corner with a breaking ball. Goolsby trying to work a quick one. Here comes the 0-2. That one he missed inside. It was swung on in on the hands and a foul ball.
Yeah, that one there like kind of more of a defensive swing, just trying to get away from the ball to avoid being hit there. That's a tough luck foul ball.
So still an 0-2 count. Goolsby working out of the windup. Fastball in the outside corner, a little bit too far out there. Your Royals had an early day game today. They got a big win.
Absolutely. I hate the Tigers.
7 in the top of the ninth, I think it was.
7 runs in the top of the ninth, made a 1-0 game, a blowout.
That one's sawed off. It's going to bounce in front of Burns. He makes the throw and gets the speedy catcher in Haven just in time for the second out.
Yeah, and a good job there of making a quick throw there. The decision to not come in and catch that ball in the air was a little bit interesting to me, but kind of understood how much time he had there, was able to record the second out.
So 2 gone now. And Connor Williams, the DH. He is batting for the center fielder, and Evans snap. Will step to the plate for the first time with 2 outs. Goolsby delivers, and check swing got him to go around for strike 1. We've seen a few of those early on, and we mentioned Warren County has been really aggressive, but there's been a few that they've been a little bit confused on as well.
I think that all 7 hitters that have come to the plate, or all 7 or 8 hitters, I think they've all swung at pitch 1.
Here's Burns on the right side of the infield. Good throw, and a 3-up, 3-down inning for Drew Goolsby. In the top half of the second, the Wildcats coming to the plate in the bottom of 2. 1-0 lead for the Pioneers on the high school baseball game of the week, presented by the Overton County Farm Bureau on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network.
Delicious pan pizza is Domino's best-kept secret. With locations in Smithville, Sparta, Livingston, Allgood, and 2 in Cookeville, delicious pan and hand-tossed pizza, pasta, and more is never far away. Use the Domino's app to take care of your game day eats today. Domino's is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Sonia Brown is a full-service realtor and is licensed across the state of Tennessee, listing and selling residential and multifamily, land and farms, commercial and industrial properties. Sonia handles the sale from start to closing and beyond. Let her put her 30-plus years of experience to work for you. Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate has been supporting student-athletes in the Upper Cumberland since 1990. You can reach Sonia Brown at 931-979-7145. Sonia Brown, realtor with American Way Real Estate, is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Here in the bottom of the second, the Wildcats coming back to the plate. 4, 5, and 6 due up. Dylan York, Dawson Ledbetter, and Ryan Paul Campbell in the bottom of the second. And Drew Goolsby faced the minimum there in the top half of the second, and a lot more success than he faced at the top half of the lineup. Again, we kind of talked about it. This Warren County lineup is very top-heavy. They've got some really big bats at the top, and then it kind of cycles off after that. Same thing here for this Livingston Academy lineup. A lot of their damage is going to come in the top half. However, we saw Monday, they got that big insurance run against Epperman to get the win against the Bees on Monday. Out of the bottom third of the lineup, that one's a called strike into Dylan York, and this is their best batter numbers-wise.
Yeah, I think that this time of the year, the bottom part of your order, as York fouls that one off for strike two, the bottom part of your order shows up more often than ever because in close games, you need your 7, 8, 9 guys. You need those guys to be able to come through in a big situation, whether it's moving a runner over, driving a runner in from third with less than 2 outs. You need them.
Breaking ball missed a little bit low, and that is you heard Rusty's oof. That's a close one to watch on an 0-2 count.
Hey, give York a lot of credit there. He eyed that one down into the glove. He didn't like it.
Here's the 1-2. That one back up the middle, hit hard, and that'll be through to the outfield. Dylan York finds himself a leadoff single here in the second.
And after being patient there and kind of spitting on the off-speed there that got called for ball one, just grounds that one hard back up the middle. A good AB by Dylan York. Now it's up to Dawson Ledbetter, who's starting to hit the ball with some real authority as of late.
Hit his second home run of the season back on Tuesday. It was the only scoring of the game for the Wildcats against Kane Shanks, who was on the mound, and he cranked it out to left field. He was swinging first pitch. He said after the game, I don't even know if I saw the baseball. And against Kane Shanks, I can see why. It's hard to see the baseball when it's going in that fast.
Listen, hitting a home run at this level is really hard. Hitting one off of a Division I commit like Hayden Shanks, who can throw in the low 90s, that's an impressive feat for sure.
No, those two guys are buddies as well. Played summer ball together for years. No 1 count. Check over to first here, and York, no trouble doing.
Nothing against Dylan York. I don't think he's going here. I don't think he's running.
Van Veeren, a long look over there as York gets his lead. Nobody out here in the bottom of the second. Ledbetter at the plate. Van Veeren delivers. Good block by Haven behind the plate. And the count will go to 1-1.
I love these Warren County jerseys.
They're gorgeous.
Yeah, these are sick. They're very old school. I like them.
Not quite powder blues, but close to the
kind of
powder
like the
blue.
old Phillies, maybe.
Yeah. Big WC insignia on the left pectoral. And then the numbers on the right side. There goes York. Here comes the throw from Haven. That's going to go towards the second baseman. And York makes his way down for a domino stolen base.
Well, shoot, Dylan York, I owe you an apology, sir. I said he was not much. I didn't think he was much of a threat to go here. And there he goes, ripping off second base. So now nobody out, middle of your order. You're Livingston. You got a chance to drive in the tying run here.
It's a 1-2 count to Ledbetter. Here it is from Van Veeren. The breaking ball misses a little bit high, evens it up at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
This is a big at bat for Dawson Ledbetter here too, because if you can't get that, if you don't get the run in here, the very least what you want to do is you want to get York over to third and to where that way with 1 out, an out can score him and tie the game.
Nobody out in the bottom of the second, trailing 1-0 are the Wildcats. They will check back to second, kind of a last-second throw by Van Veeren, and York is back in there. And York is not the fastest guy. Obviously, he's able to get down to second base, but it could have just been to test what Haven can do behind the plate. That one is going to miss inside. Almost caught Ledbetter, backs him away, and it's 3-2.
And this has been a great at-bat by Ledbetter here again. It fell behind 1-2 after the stolen base, but has done a good job working back to a full count.
That one, left side of the infield, Denning over on the backhand. The throw coming a little bit high, but then able to be brought down by the first baseman in Aiden Miller for the first out of the inning. So Ryan Paul Campbell will come to the plate. Center fielder for the Wildcats. And he will step in with a runner on second base and 1 gone now in the bottom of the second after the leadoff single by York. 1-0 lead right now for the Pioneers. Easton Denning was able to get on. He was brought in by Baylor Melton. Those are the 2 top guys in the lineup, numbers-wise and power-wise. This one swung on, hit well out to right center. Campbell puts a charge into it, but right at the right fielder as it is caught in right field by Jaron Harris. Dylan York trying to tag up, will do so. As he slides in safely, it was cut by Denning.
And a productive out there by Campbell. Again, moves York over to third. And Now you're looking to help yourself now if you're Drew Goolsby. You can hit this game all knotted up, and you're essentially back at square one.
2 gone in the inning, and you mentioned it, York over at third base. Goolsby coming to the plate, trying to help his own cause on the mound. Gave up the 1 run in the first. Van Vieren delivers a breaking ball high and inside. Swing and a miss. Goolsby, another 3-sport athlete: football, basketball, and baseball. Same as Van Vieren on the mound. A lot of these guys are, especially for Warren County. They've got a ton of guys in that dugout. It is a 4A team. This one popped up and out of play. Foul ball.
Yeah, and I can tell you, as someone who has had to shoot photos from that visitor's dugout when Cookville's been here, yeah, that is not a big dugout, and that is a lot of baseball players in that dugout.
About 2 deep in that dugout all the way across the fence. 1-2. Breaking ball missed outside. Van Vieren thought he got it, and the count goes to 2-2 instead. Wind is blowing. It's kind of been moving from across the field to into home plate. Kind of moving around just a little bit. It is not helping, that's for sure. This one popped up, playable left side. Denning out, left fielder in, and Denning goes and takes it from the left fielder in Haven Jones for the final out of the inning. Didn't seem like Jones caught it right away, at least in the air. He was looking into the sun. Denning was able to find it in the air and makes the catch. They strand a runner at third. We are through 2. It's a 1-0 lead for the Pioneers on the high school baseball game of the week, presented by the Overton County Farm Bureau on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network.
Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to support student athletes and athletic departments throughout the Upper Cumberland. They're also proud to sponsor the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game on this broadcast. From trophies to t-shirts, they can do it all. Stop by and see them at 120 Circle Drive in Allgood, or give them a call at 931-537-9559. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to sponsor this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. From the sports field to the hunting field, our friends at Hall Sports and Outdoors can outfit anyone. Located in the heart of Jamestown at 207 South Main Street, Hall Sports and Outdoors carries everything from kayaks, fishing gear, and camo to guns and ammo. With top brands such as Columbia, Timberland, Under Armour, Asics, and much more, nobody can top their selection. Need some custom gear for your team? They also offer uniforms, gear, and custom embroidery. Stop by and see them at 207 South Main Street in Jamestown. Hall Sports and Outdoors, proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
It's a 1-0 lead for the Warren County Pioneers here in Livingston. Drew Goolsby back on the mound. He gets to face 9-1-2. Haven Jones, and then back to the top, and Alex Van Vieren and Easton Denning due up here in the top half of the third. Livingston had a pretty good chance. They got Dylan York into scoring position with nobody out, moved him over to third with 2 outs, and then the pop out by Drew Goolsby to end the inning. And now it brings it back to the Pioneers, and they're going to be back at the top of their lineup as well, and that is where they did their damage in the first inning.
Yeah, we'll see if they're still as aggressive the second turn through the lineup there. Maybe now they try to see a few more pitches off of Drew Goolsby, because even in that first inning, Jacob, he hadn't had to throw very many pitches at all. I don't think his pitch count's even close to a concern early on, despite being down 1-0. He's done a good job of kind of managing this game since that first inning.
Yeah, he faced the minimum in the second with a strikeout and a couple of ground outs. We'll see what he can do here against 9-1-2. The left fielder, Haven Jones, stepping to the plate for the first time today and fouls that one back. Strike 1. Mentioned Warren County will have one more regular season game. That'll be on Monday against DeKalb County, and then Livingston will have a couple of border battles. Clinton County tomorrow here at home. Cumberland County, Kentucky on Monday on the road. Before both of those sides get into the district tournaments. For Livingston, starting on, for them, it'll be Thursday, we believe, as they had their district tournament meeting today. The bracket, I have not seen it yet, but would imagine the first 2 games will be on Wednesday, and then it'll get into the tournament on Thursday. It is double elimination for 7 AAA. This one popped up right side. Ledbetter drifts over there, but it'll sail out of play, and it's strike 2. And just a 5-team district for 9-4A, so theirs will be a little bit different. Might have that elimination game between Warren County and would actually be Coffee County in the 4 seed. That one missed outside, and it's 3-2.
Yeah, and you saw Carson Parrott pop up to fire the ball down to Blankenship at third. He thought that he had strike three, and I think he might have had an argument.
First batter here in the top of the third. Goolsby to Jones, the 3-2 off the end of the bat. And it caught Parrott, so the home plate umpire will take a second, walk it out to the mound. He'll rub up the baseball and give Parrott an extra second to gather himself. Nobody out here in the top of the third. Glad to have you along, whether it's on Facebook or YouTube, for the high school baseball game of the week. We're supposed to be in DeKalb County tonight. They canceled, so we're here in Livingston. Comes the 3-2 pitch. That one misses away. It'll be a walk issued, and the 9-batter Haven Jones is aboard to lead things off here in the third.
Yeah, Jones really, really patient AB there for Warren County. Again, fell behind in the count early, but just stayed with it. Didn't expand the zone really much at all on any of his swings after that. Did a good job of working his way aboard and flipping into the top of the lineup.
So it'll be Alex Van Vieren who grounded out to Cotterman on a hot shot. A one bouncer out there his first time up. Now Van Vieren will see if he can't help his own cause on the mound. It's already a 1-0 lead for the Pioneers. Goolsby working out of the stretch, misses outside. Parrott keeps it in front. He was showing bunt. And staying over there at first is going to be Haven for now, or Jones for now. Try to go with the breaking ball on the first pitch there, working out of the stretch. Want more baseball tomorrow, me and Rusty? Be back in Baxter. Big one. Upperman and Station Camp. Two of the top teams in the 3A classification. Bunt right back up the middle. Goolsby turns to first. Nobody's there. They didn't cover.
Wow.
And so everybody's safe. And I thought Goolsby may have had a chance at second base, too, if he turned there first. He turned to first. Nobody was covering as Ledbetter charged. Burns didn't go over until the last second and had no chance to make a play. So it's going to be a bunt single for Alex Van Vieren.
Yeah, those are the plays that drive you crazy as a pitcher if you're Drew Goolsby, and the ones that drive you crazy as a coach if you're Jamie Loftus, because just a routine play, it's a simple bunt, and nobody went and covered first, and because of that, you end up essentially giving Warren County an extra out, and you definitely don't want to give this lineup extra outs.
And Easton Denning at the plate. Swings first pitch. That'll be a foul ball. Strike one. He singled his first time up. He came around to score the only run of the game so far. Mentioned his numbers, batting over 400 on the season, 8 home runs, 30 runs driven in. He has also scored now 37 runs, a team high. Gets on base a lot, gets around the bases a lot. Here's the 0-1 from Goolsby, and a little bit late. He's behind in the count 0-2. Runners on first and second for the Pioneers. Haven Jones at second base, Alex Van Vieren over at first. Denning will step in. Working with 2 strikes. Goolsby peeks back to second. He will check there. Cotterman's on it. No harm done back there at second. Biggest chance of this game so far for Warren County to pile on a couple. Already having that one come across in the first. The 0-2. Swung on, popped up and out of play, and it's still 0-2. Denning going with the ultimate intimidation look. No undershirt and a couple of buttons unbuttoned. And he is a big fella, so it works out for him. Couple of runners on. Nobody out in the third. The 0-2 again, and fouled off again 3 straight times.
Yeah, he's taking some massive cuts at the ball, too. He's not looking to just hit a single softly up the middle. He's trying to do some damage with these swings.
If I'm Drew Goolsby, I am throwing this ball nowhere near the zone.
Nowhere close.
He's dealing with Haven Jones at second base. That being Goolsby. Van Vieren over at first. Cotterman right behind Jones, now backs out. The 0-2 again. Goes high that time. Little check swing. Doesn't get him to come around on it, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, he almost got him to offer out there. He was able to pull the swing back at the last second there.
It's a good pitch, especially on 0-2. I said, don't go near the zone. He didn't. He went above it. Now what does he go to on 1 ball and 2 strikes? Goes outside, doesn't get him to chase, and it's 2-2. He's already issued the 1 walk to the leadoff batter in Haven Jones, and then Alex Van Vieren with the bunt single that probably should have been an out at first. Nobody was covering first. Van Vieren is quick, though, so it would have been close. 2-2 pitch, and foul ball again. What is that, the 5th foul ball of this AB so far?
Yeah, and you got to think most of them occurred when the count was 0-2. So, if you're Goolsby, you had a chance to put him away, and he just keeps fouling off pitch after pitch after pitch. Eventually, as a pitcher, really gets in your head a little bit.
Good battle brewing between these two guys. Goolsby on the mound and Denning at the plate. And a big moment here in the top of the 3rd. 2-2 misses away, and we have run full again. Second time this inning, and second time in 3 batters for Goolsby. One of those high-pressure situations that Noah always talks about. With nobody out in the 3rd and 2 runners on, the 3-2 pitch swung on, and a foul ball again down the line that time. And you said it. When it gets to this point in an at-bat, it is an absolute grind for the pitcher.
Yeah, because I think Goolsby's made some good pitches that give Denning a lot of credit. He's just fouled them off, and he's just remained alive in the at-bat. Yeah, eventually, as a pitcher, you're thinking, what do I have to do to put this guy away?
Payoff. Swing and a miss. That is a huge strikeout for Drew Goolsby, and the first out of the inning.
That right there is what you have to do to put him away. A really, really good pitch low in the zone. Denning ends up just being a little out in front of it. It's not able to touch it. So big first out, and now a chance to work a little bit deeper and get out of this jam.
It's his second Birdie's Lounge strikeout of the day. It'll bring Aiden Miller, the first baseman, to the plate. And obviously he's working against 3 right now, and the cleanup batter on deck. Check over to first here. Not too many times to see that with first and second. There's a lot of space on that right side of the infield right now because the second baseman, Burns, is actually holding on the runner at second. Ledbetter is holding on the runner at first. And there's a called strike across into Miller. You poke one to the right side of the infield, you're going to have a base hit. Of course, he's looking for a little bit more damage. With 1 gone here in the 3rd, the breaking ball. And 1 misses. Seen a bit of a change here in this 3rd inning, and the second time through the lineup, not as aggressive as we saw in the first from the Pioneers.
Yeah, they're still going after pitches early in the count, but they're being a little more methodical about it.
1-1. Hit hard, right side. Tayshawn Hayes has an eye on it, makes the catch, tries to get the throw in, and diving back in safely just in time was Haven Jones. And Cotterman, he tried to apply the tag there as Jones got up to his feet. But it is the second out. And now Goolsby will try to get Baylor Melton out to strand 2 runners with no outs. That was a nice catch by Hayes again. It was a good throw as well. It actually had a chance at getting Jones at second base.
Yeah, it would have been a really, really big double play to turn. But now you've got 2 outs and a chance to get out of this inning with no harm done.
Melton, check swing, missed low. They try to run on Parrott, the throw down.
Ooh.
Man, it sure looked like he tagged him. But they're going to say safe as Blankenship applied the tag to the foot and not in time according to the field umpire. And so a runner now at third base and first for the Pioneers. Should be a 1-0 count to Baylor Melton as well. Runners on the corners with 2 outs now in the 3rd. Van Vieren does have speed over there at first, not being held on. He goes. Throw down back to the pitcher. Goolsby looks to 3rd. It'll be a stolen base for Van Vieren. It was a called strike, and it's 1-1. So now 2 runners in scoring position for Baylor Melton, who's already got a run batted in here in this game. And that's going to bring in another run, possibly two. Van Vieren gets to third as York quickly gets the throw in. It's an RBI single this time for Baylor Melton.
And again, another smooth, easy swing, not trying to do too much, gets enough of the barrel on that one to line it into left field, gets another run in. A big, big swing there by Baylor Melton to at least get some kind of offense going here in the third.
Second run driven into the game for Baylor Melton, and Tyler Adams will come to the plate. Flew out to right field his first time up. It's a 2-0 lead now for the Pioneers with 2 outs in the third. And a runner in Van Vieren over at third base. Goolsby working out of the stretch. Little peek to first. Will come home with the first one. Runner goes on a delayed steal. No throw down. It'll be a stolen base for Baylor Melton into scoring position. That one missed outside, 1-0. Whoever's running the Warren County Game Changer did give Baylor Melton a double back in the first. We'll give it to him as well. Why not?
That's fair.
Swing and a miss.
Yeah, it's a tricky play because you could easily give the left fielder an error there when the ball just gets under their glove and it looks like a fairly routine play. But hey, if they're going to give him a double, I'm not going to argue with the scorekeeper. Unless it's you, Jacob, then I'll argue.
Swing and a miss. And it's 1-2 on Tyler Adams at the plate with 2 outs, runners on second and third. Goolsby trying to limit the damage to just 1 in the top of the third. Comes the 1-2 pitch. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. It's another Birdie's Lounge strikeout in the third one of the day for Drew Goolsby. And they'll be coming to the plate in the bottom of the third inning. It's a 2-0 lead, though, for the Pioneers in the high school baseball game of the week, presented by the Overton County Farm Bureau on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network.
Clint Connor is your local auctions expert. With full service from start to finish, the Exit Crossroads Auction Group are here to make the process easy for you. Visit crossroadsauctiongroup.com for more details and current auctions. Clint Connor, your local auctions expert, is proud to sponsor this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Fire and Vine in Cookeville is the Upper Cumberland's home for delicious Chicago-style pizza, beef, chicken, fish, and more. Located in Cookeville's historic downtown district, Fire and Vine's food and atmosphere will keep you coming back for more. Take in stunning views with creative food and drinks on the rooftop. Fire and Vine is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Wildcats coming back to the plates here in the bottom of the third. 8-9-1 due up for them. Ethan Hooks, Drake Blankenship, and then back to the top in Zach Cotterman. Alex Van Vieren is on the mound for Warren County, and he's been really good through 2 innings so far. He faced the minimum in the first, allowed a leadoff single to Dylan York in the second, and then 3 straight outs after that. Has only recorded 1 strikeout, really pitching to contact early on here against this Livingston team.
He's done a really good job of being in the zone early in the game. That's what we talked about was so key for him, was when his command is on, he's typically pretty solid. He can get you as deep into the game as you need him to go. But when his command starts to fail him, that's when you start to see the pitch count go up a little bit. So he's done a good job working ahead and working fast here for the Pioneers.
So it'll be the DH, Ethan Hooks, who is batting for Corbin Burns, the second baseman, coming to the plate. See if he can lead things off here against Van Vieren. That one right at Denning, who's able to make the grab. He has been kept busy today, and he has not shied away from any play yet. He has now made 4 outs so far in this game in the field. So Drake Blankenship, the third baseman today, sometimes the catcher, will come to the plate. He is the 9 batter in the lineup for the Wildcats. Van Vieren comes home, a breaking ball misses low. It is the third inning, so we'll actually do some on this day in history before Zach Cotterman comes to the plate. That one swung on and a strike. That was after a foul ball. Actually, it's a quick one. On this day in 1941, the Chicago Cubs are the first team to install an organ in their stadium. However, they fell to the Cardinals 6-2. This one swung on by Blankenship as he puts it in the gap. He's looking for 2. It gets past the center fielder. He's going to be into second base, and that'll be a double with 1 out and turn it back to the top of the lineup in Zach Cotterman.
And a good piece of hitting there by Blankenship as he again just lines that one into the gap. It gets under the center fielder's glove there, allowing him to, or I don't want to say allowing him, helping him get an additional 90 feet at second base. So now for the top of your order, you've got a runner in scoring position with one out, a chance to maybe cut this lead down to size a little bit.
So it is the top of the lineup at the plate now. Zach Cotterman struck out looking on a 3-2 pitch, his first time up. He's got Drake Blankenship at second base. First pitch in there, misses inside, and it's 1-0. Bottom of the third here in Livingston. It's a 2-0 lead for Warren County. Put up one in the first, one more in the top half of this inning. Peek back to second at Blankenship. Van Veeren delivers. That'll be a called strike, 1-1. One gone here in the inning after the line out by Hooks to lead it off. Blankenship was able to rip one into the left center gap. And time is asked for at home plate. Another beautiful day for baseball. We have been lucky this week. Of course, we had some rain early on this morning, which rained out our game at DeKalb County. As this one is squirted to the right side, a foul ball, and it's 1-2. But other than really the rain this morning, it has been perfect this week weather-wise.
Yeah, temperature's been pretty much in the high 70s, mid to high 70s the whole week. I think we had a few days earlier in the week where we might have dipped down into the 60s. But yeah, it's been beautiful weather, especially after the last couple of weeks of rain.
Which means that it's going to be absolutely pouring next week for the start of the district tournament. They almost got Blankenship as they checked back to him. Blankenship got back in time. District tournaments, at least in 7 AAA, supposed to start on Wednesday. That breaking ball, a called strike 3 on Cotterman. The second time he's gone down looking, and that is also the second Birdie's Lounge strikeout for Van Veeren.
And that's a big, big out there because now with Carson Parrott up in 2 outs, you've got a chance at one of the best hitters in the lineup. You've got a chance if you're Van Veeren to get out of this inning scoreless again and get to the middle innings with a 2-0 lead. This would be a huge, huge out to get out of this inning.
It will be Carson Parrott at the plate. Runner on second base is Blankenship with 2 outs. Swings at the high cheese and right through it for strike 1. Van Veeren trying to get through 3, scoreless. And he's trying to go as deep as he can in this game. Mentioned it, it's their 5th game of the week. They played Monday and Tuesday in district play, lost both of those. They played Shelbyville on Wednesday, lost that one before beating Moore County yesterday 15-3 when the bats finally came alive. The 0-1. Called strike, 0-2. And Van Veeren, who has struggled with the walks this season, has not issued one yet today. He's ahead in the count 0-2. Peek back to second again. Blankenship, who almost got picked off, is back in safely. Almost got picked off at a few pitches ago, I should say. The 0-2. Swung on, high in the air out to left. The left fielder didn't see it initially. Now ranges back and makes the catch out there in left is Haven Jones. It strands the runner at second base, and Livingston is scoreless through 3. 2-0 lead for the Pioneers. We're done with 3. Coming up in the 4th, we'll have trivia. You're watching the high school baseball game of the week presented by the Overton County Farm Bureau on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Visit swallowsinsurance.com or call us today, 931-526-4025. Protecting your future. It's what we do.
Livingston Regional Hospital is Livingston's hometown hospital. Located at 315 Oak Street, Livingston Regional Hospital provides compassionate, quality care for all patients from local people you can trust, so you can count on them to treat you like family. Their excellent staff offers years of experience and training to meet the needs of all patients. They understand the importance of providing care in a professional and comforting manner. They're proud to partner with Livingston Academy Athletics through the LRH Sports Medicine Team. Livingston Regional Hospital is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Warren County leads it 2-0 as we get started here in the top half of the fourth. Due up for the Pioneers in the fourth inning. 6, 7, and 8. Jaron Harris, Brian Haven, and Connor Williams as we get going in the inning. Before we get it started, though, let's get ready for trivia. Rusty will put it in the comments. You are absolutely welcome to comment along with us your guesses. Here we go. What pitcher hit a 3-run home run in Game 3 of the 2016 NLDS? Bartolo Colon, Sean Burnett, Madison Bumgarner, or Jake Arrieta? Once again, what pitcher hit a 3-run home run in Game 3 of the 2016 NLDS? Bartolo Colon, Sean Burnett, Madison Bumgarner, or Jake Arrieta? Rusty will put it in the comments. You can give your guesses, and we'll bring you the answer coming up in the bottom half of this inning. Jaron Harris leads things off. He struck out looking his first time up, the right fielder for the Pioneers. Glad to have everyone along. Let us know where you're watching from and who you're cheering for. You're on Facebook, and if you're watching on YouTube, we appreciate you as well. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. That one misses low and away. But a good one so far. 2-0 lead for the visiting Pioneers out of District 9 4A. They will be the 5th seed over there. That was a very competitive district with the likes of Lincoln County, Coffee County. Spring Hill is in there, and Columbia. 2-0. Misses outside, and it is now 3-0 to Jaron Harris.
And now we're starting to see a little bit more patience from this Pioneer lineup now. They were really aggressive first time through the order. Now they're starting to be patient.
The 3-0 pitch right down Broadway for 3-1. Mentioned it, we'll be back on the airwaves tomorrow for Upperman and Station Camp, quite possibly a 3A state tournament preview type of game. As the 3-1 misses low, and it'll be a leadoff walk issued to the right fielder, Jaron Harris. That'll be the second walk issued by Goolsby. Station Camp, the number 3 team ranked in 3A. Upperman at number 10 right now. That one over the head of Brian Haven, who's at the plate for the second time, grounded out to the right side of the infield his first time up.
Yeah, Goolsby's starting to have his own issues with command now as he lost the leadoff hitter to a walk, and now he's falling behind early here. That one nowhere close.
He's going to ask for another ball, and will be granted it. It's a 2-0 lead for Warren County. 1 run in the first, 1 run in the third, and they've got the leadoff runner aboard here in the fourth. Goolsby, a few peeks over to first, will come home. Showing bunt, pops it up, a foul ball, and it's 1-1. Desiree going with Bartolo for the trivia answer.
I know the first home run he hit in his career was one of the most iconic moments I've ever seen happen in baseball.
That was one of the most iconic players in baseball. Check over to first. Good throw, just not in time. Diving back in safely is Jaron Harris.
You look at his career numbers, and I wonder this day, how in the world did Bartolo Colon continue to get jobs? Because his numbers were never eye-popping or anything. They were just kind of okay.
Great locker room guy, I imagine. Runner goes, showed bunt, pulled it back, and then swung away and fouled it off. So Harris will have to make his way back to first, and now it's a 1-2 count on Brian Haven at the plate. One and two, runner on first. Nobody out here in the fourth. Jacob Vincent alongside Rusty Ellis here on the high school baseball game of the week presented by the Overton County Farm Bureau. Check over to first again, and sliding back in just safely is Harris. One, two. Foul ball. Like we've seen a lot of foul balls early on in this game by the Pioneer batters.
Yeah, Warren County has made Goolsby work, especially these last 2 innings now. He got through the first and second inning relatively quickly, even despite giving up the run in the first, but really since then they've started to foul off more and more each at bat. They're starting to make him labor out there on the mound.
Check over to first again. Really paying attention to Harris over there at first. As Goolsby is up to 52 pitches so far through 3. Here into the 4th. That one misses high. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes now to the batter and the catcher, Brian Haven. Nobody out here in the top of the 4th after the leadoff walk. 2-2. And we have run full again. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Haven trying to work his way aboard, and this was where Goolsby really had some success when he faced this exact 3 in the lineup. And Harris, Haven, and Williams, he went strikeout, ground out, ground out. Now it's a walk and a 3-2 count. Payoff, swung on and missed. That is a big Birdie's Lounge strikeout for Drew Goolsby and his 4th one of the day.
Yeah, much needed strikeout there because, again, he worked ahead early but then gave up foul ball after foul ball, and then the count went full. So a good job of putting that hitter away there by Goolsby, not giving any and walking him there. Would have been a really, really bad situation 2-on with nobody out, especially when you look at the part of the order that's looming right now.
And Connor Williams, the DH, will step to the plate, hit a hard ground ball to the right side of the infield that Burns was able to get him out on. 1 gone here in the 4th. Runner goes, swings at it, high in the air out to left. York is underneath it, will make the catch for the 2nd out. Harris able to make his way back to first in time.
Starting to see Warren County be a little bit more aggressive on the base paths as well, Jacob. They're putting just about every runner they get on to start an inning. They're putting all of them in motion, trying to see if they can get an extra 90 feet or get a hit and run to where they can take an extra base. So they're being really aggressive right now.
Well, and they got Carson Parrott behind the plate, so he's got a good arm, as we've seen. He had one heck of an outing on Monday, the only team in 7 AAA to beat the Upperman Bees. And a big reason, Carson Parrott on the mound. 2 gone here in the 4th. At the plate is the 9th batter in Haven Jones. He walked his first time up and then came around to score the 2nd run of the game for the Pioneers. On another RBI single by Baylor Melton. This one popped up. We might have a chance to catch this one.
Don't put that evil on me. I don't want that ball coming flying my way.
We had a chance on Tuesday, actually. It somehow got over the net and went in front of us. It bounced back up, and we had another chance to grab it.
I'm sure neither you nor Noah jumped one bit.
No, never do.
Liars.
The 1-1 will miss away. 2 balls and a strike. Goolsby trying to work around a little bit of trouble after the leadoff walk. He's got a strikeout and a flyout so far, and he needed that flyout as the first pitch. Trying to save his pitch count a little bit. Check over to first. Big lead by Harris, able to get back in time. Two gone in the top half of the 4th with the Wildcats trying to get back to the plate. Swing and a miss, and it's 2-2. They'll bring up 3, 4, and 5 coming up in the bottom of the 4th. We'll also have our answer to the trivia question. Deuce is wild here in the top of the 4th. 2-2, 2 outs, and a runner on first base. Haven Jones at the plate, the left fielder for the Pioneers. Goolsby on the mound. Delivers, runner goes, and it's a foul ball off of, I believe, the home plate umpire's face mask. Still 2-2. Breaking ball, called strike 3. Another Birdie's Lounge strikeout. 5 on the day now for Drew Goolsby. After allowing the leadoff walk, he strands him there at first base. We head to the bottom of 4. You're watching high school baseball presented by the Overton County Farm Bureau on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network. It's 3, 4, and 5 due up here in the bottom of the fourth for the Wildcats. Tayshawn Hayes, Dylan York, and Dawson Ledbetter. They're trying to get back into the game. They trail it 2-0. Before we get to the action, though, let's get ready for trivia. Rusty, what pitcher hit a 3-run home run in Game 3 of the 2016 NLDS? Bartolo Colon, Sean Burnett, Madison Bumgarner, or Jake Arrieta?
I'm going to go with Jake Arrieta.
You are correct. Arrieta hit a 3-run bomb off of Madison Bumgarner, as this one is swung on and out of play. Between the Cubs and Giants, it was the first time a pitcher had hit a home run off of Bumgarner. It also ended his consecutive scoreless inning streak of over 24 innings in the playoffs. And it came to Jake Arrieta on a 3-run bomb not on this day, but back in 2016. A bad year for the World Series champions, in my opinion.
I don't think that year one of us was going to be upset. It was either going to be an AL Central team or an NL Central team, and I hate the Guardians.
1-1 high in the air in the infield. Denning trying to find it in the sky. Thinks he's got it. He does for the first out of the inning. That one was popped up way in the air. Of course, the sun's setting and right in the eyes of everybody but maybe the right fielder and the first baseman. Depending on where they're looking, I guess. Dylan York will come to the plate. He's just the one of two in the lineup that has reached base safely. He singled back in the second inning. He was stranded at third base. Van Buren has been really solid on the mound. Pitching to contact. He's got a couple of Birdie's Lounge strikeouts as well. Misses inside that time.
He's been efficient. That's the real key here. We get to the fourth. You get to the bottom of the fourth. He's been really efficient. I feel like he's worked ahead quite a bit. Not ahead here, but he's done a good job of not being too erratic.
There's a called strike on the outside corner to even the count up at 1 apiece after it popped out of the glove of Haven behind the plate. One gone with a 1-1 count to Dylan York. Van Buren comes home with the fastball, misses low. And for Warren County, their 5th game in as many days. Lost their first 3 of the week. Able to beat Moore County yesterday. They'll not check on the check swing. He did not go. And it's 3-1. Van Buren delivers. Fouled off, and we have run full.
And this would be a big inning for Van Buren as well. Getting through the middle of this lineup. If you can get through here with a clean inning and preserve that 2-0 lead going to the 5th, you can feel really, really good about the chance you've given your team to add on.
Comes the payoff. Missed outside. That'll be a walk issued to Dylan York, and he's aboard for the second time today. That is the first walk issued by Alex Van Buren, and I mentioned it before this one. 18 walks coming into this appearance. That was kind of the big number to pay attention to, and so he's been pretty good today in terms of that number at least.
Well, it shows when he cuts down on the walks that he's actually a really, really good pitcher and that the ERA and all the other numbers are a little deceiving, and that's what he's done a good job of today. Again, working ahead of hitters and putting hitters away for the most part.
Dawson Ledbetter coming to the plate for the second time, grounded out to Denning at shortstop his first time up. You got York over at first with 1 gone. That one hit hard left side, takes a wild hop. The third baseman cannot handle it in Melton, and 2 runners will be aboard.
Yeah, that was a nasty, nasty in-between hop that Melton had to deal with over at the hot corner third. A hard-hit ball by Dawson Ledbetter, and that hop ends up skirting past him into left field. So now a big opportunity for Livingston, one of their best opportunities of the game.
What would you rule that one?
That's tough. I would imagine that's probably an error because the ball was hit right at him.
That's how I'm leaning. Ryan Paul Campbell at the plate for the second time today. Big opportunity here for him. 2 on with 1 out. Warren County is going to give him a single, but
fair enough.
Their team in the field as well. This one hit hard. That's going to be through the gap. Campbell puts it out there. York stops at third as it's not quite that hard hit and gets deep enough, so it's now going to be bases loaded for Drew Goolsby, and what an opportunity for him. He's on the mound, 1 out here in the 4th, and a chance to really open this game up.
Yeah, your main goal right here is to get that runner in from third. Only 1 out. You're trying to hit a fly ball, hit it hard somewhere where the defense can't make a play and go for something at home, but a big opportunity again for Livingston. This, again, their best opportunity of the night so far to play some runs.
Back-to-back singles. That one misses outside from Van Vieren into Goolsby, who popped out to Denning to end the second inning, his first time up. That was to strand York over at third. And barring a double play, he won't be stranded at third this time, at least with Goolsby at the plate. You can see Goolsby giving the sign, or Ledbetter giving the signs there at second base. This one swung on, out towards center field. Coming onto it, the center fielder snap, makes the catch. Here comes the throw. Not a good one. York will score, and it's a sac fly RBI for Drew Goolsby to cut the deficit to 1.
And listen, it's not the most eye-catching play, but you did the job there if you're Drew Goolsby. You got to run in. At the very least, you cut the lead in half, and now you've got a chance potentially with some two-out magic to tie this game up. So a good swing there by Goolsby to get that run in.
So it does make it 2-1, and now Ethan Hooks will come to the plate, who lined out to Denning at shortstop his first time up. Snaps throw a little bit up that third base line, and even if it was on line, I think York still would have beaten it. This one, swinging first pitch, is going to drift out of play left side in a foul ball. Goose is out covering tonight up in Byrdstown, just up the road from us. Pickett County taking on Monterey. He gets his first look at the boys in Byrdstown for baseball. You saw Monterey on Monday, I believe, against Jackson County.
It feels like so long ago, but yes.
Yeah. Good breaking ball. Check behind the runner, and good pick by Miller over there at first.
Yep.
Miller kind of throws his hands up in the air saying, hey, what are we doing? We got 2 outs and an 0-2 count.
Yeah, for real. You're not trying to put the ball in play and put it in risk there of a potential error or it getting past the first baseman. You're trying to just get the guy at the plate.
Here it is. Misses high. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Hooks. 1 run across already. Ledbetter stands on second base. And Ryan Paul Campbell over at first. 1-2 pitch, breaking ball, got him to swing at it, and he goes down on strikes. It's another Birdie's Lounge strikeout, the third one of the day for Van Vieren. 1 run does come across for the Wildcats. We are through 4, and it's a 2-1 lead for the Pioneers. You're watching the high school baseball game of the week, presented by the Overton County Farm Bureau on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network.
Frontier Chevrolet is ready to get you into your next vehicle and are proud to offer a lifetime powertrain warranty on nearly all vehicles below 80,000 miles. View inventory online at www.caseychevy.com, including the brand new Chevy Trax and Traverse, or stop in at 2350 Cookeville Highway today. Remember, don't buy till you see Jason Fye. Delicious Pan Pizza is Domino's best-kept secret. With locations in Smithville, Sparta, Livingston, Allgood, and 2 in Cookeville, Delicious Pan and hand-tossed pizza, pasta, and more is never far away. Use the Domino's app to take care of your game day eats today. Domino's is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
We're back here in Livingston. It's now a 2-1 lead for the Pioneers as they come back to the plate here in the top half of the 5th. Coming to the plate will be the top of the lineup, Alex Van Vieren, Easton Denning, and Aiden Miller. So this could be one of their final chances coming to the plate and a chance to do some real damage here in the 5th.
Yeah, you're looking to try to get that run back and then some if you're Warren County. You've done a really good job, the Pioneers have, of making Goolsby work a little bit more, making him throw more pitches. You want to do that now, but you've got to also take advantage of it. You've had a lot of opportunities that have just kind of passed you by. You've got to convert if you want to earn this win.
Drew Goolsby still on the mound, and he has been pretty solid, only allowing the 2 runs so far, 1 in the first and 1 in the third, and worked around a leadoff walk in the 4th. Couple of strikeouts and a flyout in there. His pitch count getting up there, as he has been going deep into some of these at-bats. Van Vieren called strike. Van Vieren has been aboard once on the bunt single. No one was covering first. This one hit hard in the right center gap. Tayshawn Hayes giving chase and will make the catch out in right. What a grab by Tayshawn Hayes in right field.
Yeah, he got on his horse there and ends up diving for that one at the last second, makes the catch. A terrific diving catch there by Tayshawn Hayes for the first out.
He read it perfectly coming in off the bat. It was hit well, and it was diving at a high pace as well. And 1 gone here in the inning. Easton Denning coming to the plate for the 3rd time. He singled and scored in the first, struck out in the third in a tremendous battle between Goolsby and Denning at the plate. All kinds of pitches fouled off. Here's the first pitch to Denning. Swing and a miss. He was looking to park that one into our cars out in the right field area.
Yeah, I'm kind of worried now because I know how close we parked.
He'd still have to put a charge into it. I'd imagine he can. He's going to have to hit it into the wind, though, so that helps us out a little bit. 1-1.
Hit it into the person's windshield next to us. Not hitting it at ours. Come on, man. Be selective here.
Go opposite field and just save everybody. Here's the 1-1. Goolsby just going to try to sit him down on strikes again. But now 2-1 count as that one missed inside. One gone in the inning after the great catch by Tayshawn Hayes to lead the inning off. On deck is Aiden Miller. He's 0 for 2 with a ground out and a line out. Goolsby comes home with a 2-1, misses away. 3 balls and a strike now. He has walked 2 batters in this game so far and really has not allowed a ton of base runners. A couple of hits in the first, couple of hits in the third, and a couple of walks have been the only base runners so far here into the 5th. 3-1 and a foul ball. And now another 3-2 count on Easton Denning. Second one that he has worked at the plate. He struck out his first time after countless pitches fouled off. Goolsby out of the windup. Swing and a miss. Sits him down on strikes again. It's another Birdie's Lounge strikeout, and now Drew Goolsby with 6 of them on the day.
Yeah, Goolsby has rebounded nicely from the 2 innings where he gave up the runs. Again, a good pitch there away from Denning and used his aggressiveness against him. Got to expand the zone and chase that one and sets him down on strikes.
Listen, Easton Denning, he does not strike out a lot. He bats .407 coming into this game through 30 games, and he has sat him down twice. One of the biggest bats in the lineup going to Vol State. At the plate is Aiden Miller. He's 0 for 2. Outside. Goolsby trying to work his second clean inning. He did one back in the second. Working out of the windup with nobody on and 2 outs. Big swing and a miss there by Miller. A lot of things going on today. The Preds in some hockey action, playoff action, welcoming in Vancouver, and not so kindly, as that one misses outside. Of course, the NFL Draft Round 2 and so on, going today as well.
Exciting night.
2-1 game right here. We've got an exciting game going on with the Pioneers on top right now. Goolsby with a 2-1 count coming home. Swings at this one, pops it up and out of play does Miller, and it's now 2-2 with 2 outs. The Wildcats were able to scrape across a run there in the bottom of the 4th. We'll see what they can do in the bottom of the 5th. Warren County, this is their penultimate game in the regular season. 2-2 misses high and inside, and it's 3-2 for Livingston. They'll have 2 more coming up Saturday and Monday. The payoff pitch. Popped up. Left side. Dylan York trying to find it. Towards the foul line. Drops it out of the glove. Overran it just a second. And you could tell that sun was absolutely causing havoc out there in left field. Aiden Miller makes his way aboard. That'll be an E7.
Yeah, just a tough one there for York, having to stare directly up into the sun and just, I think, loses it and almost picked it up at the last second there. Just kind of nicks off the glove, and now if you're Warren County, you've got new life and a chance to see if you can put together a 2-out rally.
So it'll bring the cleanup batter to the plate, and Baylor Melton, who's had 2 runs batted in on a double and a single. He's halfway to the cycle. And that one is a ball. It'll be 1-0. And for Goolsby, trying to kind of reset now after he thought he was already almost in the dugout. He was working out of the windup there, and then he stepped off. 2 outs here in the inning. And a runner on first base now in the form of Aiden Miller. Called strike on the outside corner, 1-1. Goolsby comes home. Popped up. This time Goolsby going to try to catch it himself. And he will make the final out. So it strands the runner over at first. Almost a clean inning in the top half of the fifth, but the Wildcats will be coming to the plate in the bottom half of the inning, trying to scrape across another run or take the lead. You're watching the high school baseball game of the week presented by the Overton County Farm Bureau on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network.
Sonia Brown is a full-service realtor and is licensed across the state of Tennessee, listing and selling residential and multifamily, land and farms, commercial and industrial properties. Sonia handles the sale from start to closing and beyond. Let her put her 30-plus years of experience to work for you. Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate has been supporting student-athletes in the Upper Cumberland since 1990. You can reach Sonia Brown at 931-979-7145. Sonia Brown, realtor with American Way Real Estate, is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to support student-athletes and athletic departments throughout the Upper Cumberland. They're also proud to sponsor the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game on this broadcast. From trophies to t-shirts, they can do it all. Stop by and see them at 120 Circle Drive in Allgood or give them a call at 931-537-9559. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to sponsor this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Here in the bottom of the fifth, here in Livingston, Tennessee, with the Wildcats coming to the plate. 9-1-2 due up. Drake Blankenship, Zach Cotterman, and Carson Parrott. And it was Drake Blankenship back in the third that roped a double with one out in the gap left center. His first time up. We'll see what he can do here against Alex Van Vieren on the mound. He in on the hands. Van Vieren able to make the grab. One pitch and one out here in the fifth.
Really good play defensively off the mound there for Van Buren. That's a much tougher play than he made it look. Kind of fading, having to account for where the mound is and everything, and is able to snag that little pop-up for the first out.
He is an athlete. I believe he's the quarterback for the football team.
Yes.
He's a good basketball player as well, and obviously here on the mound for Warren County today. One gone with Zach Cotterman at the plate now for the Wildcats. A couple of strikeouts, and both of them looking so far. He'd love to change that trend. I believe we saw his only home run of the year last year here at Livingston.
I think we might have.
2-0. That one's ripped, and that'll be down for a hit. So a one-out single for Zach Cotterman, and the leadoff man in the lineup is aboard with one out.
Yeah, chose to be a little more aggressive earlier in the count there as compared to being as patient as he was his first two at-bats. It works out for a single. Good piece of hitting there.
So it'll be Carson Parrott coming to the plate. He's 0 for 2 with a ground out and a fly out. Coach King barking out some instructions to the defense, shifting towards the left a little bit in the outfield. There's a big gap in that right center area right now as Parrott is looking to the sideline or looking to the third base coach's box. And he will step in here with one out in the inning. Cotterman over at first. I believe we're going to see a lot of these. Cotterman is a base-stealing threat with a lot of speed. Parrott, of course, a good batter. Don't want to take the bat out of his hands. First pitch to him. Swings at it down the line and into the Livingston Academy fence, in between the fence and Coach Loftus down there in the coach's box. That ball was drilled.
Yeah, he got all that one. Was just a little out in front of that one, so he's got to sit back on it a little bit more.
I think that ball is sitting just foul, about a foot foul. They finally send a player out there to grab it. So no one count to Parrott at the plate. Breaking ball, called strike on the outside corner. The breaking ball, it's not very fast, but it moves a good amount. And he's thrown it for strikes quite a bit tonight. One gone in the inning with a runner on first for the Wildcats, who trail 2-1 here at Pat Swallows Field in Livingston, Tennessee. Check over to first, light throw over. Carson Parrott trying to do some damage here in the bottom of the fifth. What could be their final chances as well for Livingston. Popped up, right side. Aiden Miller underneath it, the first baseman in foul territory, will make the grab for the second out. That'll bring Tayshawn Hayes to the plate. Made a heck of a grab out in right field. And now with 2 outs, the runner will advance up to second. Apparently time was not called, and Zach Cotterman took second base.
We'll see if that plays a factor in how this inning goes here, because we saw Tayshawn Hayes and the kind of power he has last year and the kind of power he possesses. One swing at the bat here, he can give Livingston the lead.
He does have some power, and especially in this park. The wind has died down a little bit. And again, Cotterman now at second base. No one was paying attention. No one was covering the bag at second. Time was not called, so he took advantage. So he is now in scoring position. Breaking ball. This is inside to Tayshawn Hayes for ball 1. Wildcats trying to make a charge here in the bottom of the 5th with their 3-hole hitter at the plate and Tayshawn Hayes. Van Buren has been really good on the mound. Peeks back, doesn't make a throw, and Cotterman dives back in.
Yeah, especially with a hitter like Tayshawn Hayes at the plate. This is one where you might want to just not be concerned with Cotterman at second if you're Van Buren. You don't want to leave a mistake over the plate to Hayes when you're worried about the runner.
The 1-0. Bounces, gets away from Haven. Cotterman will advance up to third. And now him advancing up to second is even bigger. And it's 2-0 to Tayshawn Hayes. 2 outs here in the 5th. Van Buren trying to strand the speedy Cotterman over at third base. Seeing if he can't get through 5 with the lead. The 2-0 swung on into left center. The center fielder has it read. Snap is underneath and makes the catch. They had him shaded that way, and Tayshawn Hayes hit it straight into it. It's still 2-1. We're through 5. It strands a runner at third. We head to the 6th. You're watching the high school baseball game of the week presented by the Overton County Farm Bureau on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network.
From the sports field to the hunting field, our friends at Hall Sports and Outdoors can outfit anyone. Located in the heart of Jamestown at 207 South Main Street, Hall Sports and Outdoors carries everything from kayaks, fishing gear, and camo to guns and ammo. With top brands such as Columbia, Timberland, Under Armour, Asics, and much more, nobody can top their selection. Need some custom gear for your team? They also offer uniforms, gear, and custom embroidery. Stop by and see them at 207 South Main Street in Jamestown. Hall Sports and Outdoors, proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Clint Connor is your local auctions expert. With full service from start to finish, the Exit Crossroads Auction Group are here to make the process easy for you. Visit crossroadsauctiongroup.com for more details and current auctions. Clint Connor, your local auctions expert, is proud to sponsor this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Back here in Livingston, Drew Goolsby still on the mound. We're through 5, getting started in the top of the 6th. Coming to the plate for Warren County, 5, 6, and 7. Tyler Adams, Jaron Harris, and Brian Haven coming up here in the inning. Goolsby has worked around a little bit of trouble. He's only allowed the 2 runs so far, and he's had a pretty good outing.
Yeah, and Livingston's had opportunities to also maybe take him off the hook for the decision if he has to come out for another pitcher, because they had an opportunity last inning with Hayes coming up with 2 outs and a runner at third, and then Goolsby had a big bases loaded opportunity an inning ago as well, or 2 innings ago as well. So Livingston's had their chances tonight, but Goolsby's done his job. He's kept this game close. He's kept them in the game.
Here in Pat Swallows Field in Livingston for the high school baseball game of the week, as we were supposed to be in DeKalb County. That one was canceled due to rain earlier today. Rained out the field, I should say. Tyler Adams at the plate and watches the first one from Goolsby for a called strike. Adams has been one of the strikeout victims. Goolsby has 6 of them so far today, as he has racked them up through 5 innings. Here's the 1-1. Back up the middle. That'll be down for a hit. Puts it into center field, and he'll be aboard. Leadoff man up for the Pioneers.
Yeah, and the same thing we said about Livingston, we can say about Warren County as well. They've had chances to add on to this lead, just haven't done it yet. Is this the inning where they break through? And as it gets late here in this game, in the 6th inning, every run you score becomes a little bit more important.
So runner on first base for the Pioneers. They lead it 2-1. Goolsby out of the stretch, and that will be a bunt offered there by Jaron Harris, the right fielder, so it will be strike 1. Got Tyler Adams, the second baseman, over at first. Gets a good lead. Showing bunt, puts it down off the end of the bat. That'll be a foul ball, and it's 0-2. This has been a fun game. 2-1. 1 run in the first and the third for the Pioneers, and then a run answered in the bottom of the fourth for the Wildcats. And there have been base runners left stranded for both sides. They've had opportunities.
Yeah, these two pitchers have done a great job when they've got runners on base.
Goolsby, the 0-2. Left side of the infield. Blankenship there, throws to second, gets the out there. That's a good throw and gets the lead out for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, and a really good job by Blankenship there because he struggled to get the ball out of his glove for a second. It seemed like he might not be able to get anybody, but he did a good job of sticking with the play, getting the lead runner at second.
So it'll bring Brian Haven, the catcher, to the plate with, again, a runner on first, and really doesn't change what they were trying to do. They were trying to go to a little bit of small ball. We'll see if Haven puts down a bunt here with 1 out. Trying to move a runner in scoring position. Check over to first. Goolsby and Ledbetter usually when they make the throw over, they get it right back and they're ready to go. And that is going to be behind the batter in Haven. And initially taking off was Harris, now gets back. So he stays over at first.
Yeah, he waited way too long to even think about going to second there. So the moment that Parrott came up and looked like he's getting ready to throw, Harris, he went right back to first.
Took a big bounce off that backstop. There is padding on it, but it still bounces off pretty good. And, of course, Parrott's got a good arm. Here's the 1-0. Breaking ball, soft dribbler, and that'll be in foul territory. So Goose out at Pickett County, seeing them for the first time this season, taking on Monterey. We're here in Livingston. We'll be in Baxter tomorrow, and then we'll be at Mount Juliet for the Bees and the Golden Bears on Monday, before getting into district tournament action in postseason. It's here, and it came out of nowhere.
Yeah, absolutely it did.
Comes the 1-1. Breaking ball misses away. 2 balls and a strike now to the catcher, Haven. Goolsby delivers the 2-1. That'll miss high and inside. 3 balls and a strike.
Yeah, it's a big pitch upcoming. You don't want to put 2 on with just 1 out and give Warren County a chance here late to add on to the lead. You've got to start hitting the zone a little bit more if you're Goolsby.
There's 1 out in the inning and a runner on first base. Goolsby working out of the stretch. Comes home. Misses outside, and that will be a walk issued. 2 base runners aboard with 1 out, and Connor Williams, the DH, will come to the plate.
Batting number 6, Corbin Felton.
And that is the 3rd walk issued. And now we're going to have a visit to the mound as well, as Coach Loftus will head out there. We'll have a talk over with Goolsby and Parrott, deciding what they want to do with the batter and the DH man.
Yeah, you got to be careful here now because every batter that you put on or every free base you give out, you're getting closer and closer, Jacob, to having to deal with the top of the lineup again for Warren County, and you certainly don't want to have to deal with them again with people on base.
I've been saying Connor Williams all day long, and this is actually Corbin Felton at the plate. Not exactly sure how I did that.
It happens.
Apologies to Corbin. But it is Corbin Felton at the plate, still the DH. And he's been at the plate twice already today, a ground out and a fly out, but a big spot here with 1 out. Runners on first and second, conferences for both sides. Coach King talked it over with his batters and runners, and Coach Loftus talking it over with his catcher and pitcher. Runners on first and second, as Harris is at second base and Haven is over at first. First pitch. Ooh, Ledbetter almost got it in foul territory just over the outstretched glove.
Yeah, that was very nearly an ESPN top 10 level play right there by Dawson Ledbetter. Really great effort on that foul ball.
And will just be strike one, though. Ledbetter. Goolsby giving him a second to get back up and ready to go over there at first. Both runners get their leads. Connerman holding on at second with one out. Comes the 0-1 to Felton. Called strike on the outside corner. Goolsby goes ahead 0-2. He's been methodical whenever runners have been on. He goes quick whenever the runners are not out there, though. You wonder if he maybe tries to pick up the pace a little bit just to help himself out, be in the zone a little bit more. The 0-2 misses inside. Felton with a 1-2 count and one out. Trying to move the runners over here in the top of the sixth. As the sun continues to set. Back up the middle. Double play possibility. Burns turns to first and gets the out in time. The 6-4-3 to get out of the inning for the Wildcats, and they will come to the plate in the bottom of the sixth. You're watching the high school baseball game of the week presented by the Overton County Farm Bureau on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network.
Sonia Brown is a full-service realtor and is licensed across the state of Tennessee, listing and selling residential and multifamily, land and farms, commercial and industrial properties. Sonia handles the sale from start to closing and beyond. Let her put her 30-plus years of experience to work for you. Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate has been supporting student-athletes in the Upper Cumberland since 1990. You can reach Sonia Brown at 931-979-7145. Sonia Brown, realtor with American Way Real Estate, is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to support student-athletes and athletic departments throughout the Upper Cumberland. They're also proud to sponsor the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game on this broadcast. From trophies to t-shirts, they can do it all. Stop by and see them at 120 Circle Drive in Allgood or give them a call at 931-537-9559. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to sponsor this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
It is the bottom of the sixth here in Livingston. The Wildcats coming to the plate. 4, 5, and 6 due up for them. Dylan York, Dawson Ledbetter, and Ryan Paul Campbell. And Rusty, if they don't do it here, it's going to be tough to do it in the bottom of the seventh to either tie or take the lead.
Yeah, you're starting to run out of at-bats here if you're Livingston. You've got the heart of your order still a good bit away. What you want to do right now is you want to put together good ABs. You want to try to get on base and see if you can just keep the lineup moving to get this game tied up and potentially take the lead here.
Well, Dylan York, he's been good today. He singled in the second, he walked in the fourth, and he scored the only run of the game for the Wildcats. He has been at third base both times that he has been able to get on base. First pitch in from Van Vieren, who is still on the mound, and would imagine he's going as far as he can go, with this being the fifth game in as many days for the Pioneers. There's a called strike on the outside corner, 1-1.
And to his credit, he's done a lot of strikes. Done a good job of attacking the zone early on. Once he figured out where the zone was, he's been really, really good today, Jacob.
And there's a foul tip into the mitt for strike two. Yeah, Van Vieren has been great through 5 innings here into the sixth. He is up to just 69 pitches so far. So his pitch count is not a worry.
Nice.
And this one is drilled out to right. Right fielder able to make the grab, and Harris for the first out.
Yeah, loud first out. Dylan York got a lot of that ball there, but just hit it right at the outfielder. Unfortunate contact there. Hard contact, but it makes an out all the same.
So Dawson Ledbetter comes to the plate. He is 1 for 2. He singled his last time up. And that could be up to your discretion, a single, I should say. That was when it was hit hard off of the third baseman and Melton over there at third base.
E5. That's my discretion.
You
E5.
could go with the E5. You could go with the single. It depends on which team you're cheering for, I would imagine. Breaking ball drops in there for strike one.
I'm cheering for neither. E5.
That's a good point. That one misses away. One gone with a 1-1 count now to Ledbetter at the plate. That'll miss away. 2-1. I mentioned Van Vieren, he had 18 walks coming into this appearance. Has only walked one batter today. And that one misses away, and it's now 3-1.
Yeah, I mean, that's a recipe for success for a pitcher. I mean, you don't walk a lot of people. Typically, you're going to have a good time. You're going to typically be successful.
3-1. And he hit him, so not the walk, but he does put him on base. And it will be a hit batter this time.
Saving his walk numbers there a little bit, I see. No, that one just got away from him a little bit, ends up clipping Dawson Ledbetter. But, again, tying run on base now, and you've got a chance here for some magic to maybe get this game tied up.
And they are going to bring on a pinch runner for Dawson Ledbetter. Junior Steele will come on to run for Ledbetter, so you bring on a little bit more speed, and that is the right decision with one out here in the 6th. So Junior Steele comes on to run for Ledbetter. And Ryan Paul Campbell will be at the plate. Campbell singled his last time up. Roped it out to left field. Check over to first. Junior Steele dives back in. Goolsby stands in the on-deck circle. I would imagine he would love to get up to the plate, especially help himself out on the mound in a one-run game. There's a called strike on the outside corner. That one is going to hit him right in the back. May have gotten him on the arm, and Campbell is going to make his way down to first. So that one, we've seen one from Goolsby kind of that way, and now from Van Vieren as well, and now 2 hit batters in a row as King is actually going to make his way out to the pitcher's mound and talk things over with Van Vieren after 2 hit batters.
Yeah, this is a good meeting now because Van Vieren's had really good command for the most part in this game, and now it's just lost him. He's just lost it here a little bit in the 6th. Bad time to do it as well because now you're starting to move through that lineup a little bit. You keep this going, and that top part of the Livingston order is going to have a chance in the 7th if they don't take the lead here to maybe do some damage there.
Yeah, 1 out here in the 6th, and your 7th batter, Drew Goolsby, coming to the plate. And depending on what happens in this inning, like you said, even if you don't take the lead here in the inning, you feel pretty good about having the top of your lineup coming to the plate in the 7th. You've got 2 runners on here, 2 hit batters, so Van Vieren maybe a little bit shaken up. They're going to leave him out there for the time being. We'll see what he can do if he can get that command back. You've got Junior Steele at second base and now Ryan Paul Campbell over at first, and a lot of speed in both of those runners. And Drew Goolsby, who is on the mound, will be coming to the plate. Goolsby so far today had the sac fly RBI back in the 4th to help himself out. He popped out to the shortstop his first time up. He's looking to put one into the outfield. And Campbell just dove back into first. Van Vieren looks back to second, delivers home. And a swing. I believe that was a foul tip or it just popped out of the glove. And it will be strike 1 on Goolsby at the plate. For Van Vieren, he's been really good through 5, only allowing the 1 run. It was after he walked Dylan York to get on base. Comes the 0-1. Misses outside. Van Vieren has hit 2 batters in a row, and he had Dawson Ledbetter at 3-1 count, so it would have been a walk or a hit batter, so it didn't really matter. And then he hit Campbell right in the back. 1-1. Hit right side. Could be a double play. Flip to second. Denning cannot get it out of his glove. So they get the out at second base for the 2nd out of the inning. And Junior Steele advances up to 3rd. And the tying run now just 90 feet away for the Wildcats with Ethan Hooks coming to the plate.
And you live with that if you're Warren County because at the end of the day, you got an out of it, no runs scored. So you've got a chance now with the 8-hole hitter, Ethan Hooks up. Got a chance to get out of this inning, and if you're Hooks, you're trying to just put a smooth, easy swing on it, hit the ball hard somewhere, force someone on the defense to make a play, see if you can get that run in.
And it's runners on 1st and 3rd now, and you've got Ethan Hooks coming to the plate, the DH for the Wildcats, and Coach King kind of going through it with his defense now out in the field, deciding what they want to do here. With 2 outs in the inning in the bottom of the 6th, and the tying run 90 feet away for L.A. This one hit hard by Hooks and caught by the left fielder for the Pioneers and Haven Jones. First pitch swinging, it strands a couple of runners, And the Pioneers have a one-run lead, trying to add on some insurance in the top half of the 7th. You're watching the high school baseball game of the week presented by the Overton County Farm Bureau on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Visit swallowsinsurance.com or call us today, 931-526-4025. Protecting your future. It's what we do.
Livingston Regional Hospital is Livingston's hometown hospital. Located at 315 Oak Street, Livingston Regional Hospital provides compassionate, quality care for all patients from local people you can trust, so you can count on them to treat you like family. Their excellent staff offers years of experience and training to meet the needs of all patients. They understand the importance of providing care in a professional and comforting manner. They're proud to partner with Livingston Academy Athletics through the LRH Sports Medicine Team. Livingston Regional Hospital is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Drew Goolsby takes the mound here in the top half of the 7th for the Wildcats. He faces 9-1-2 in the lineup for the Pioneers. Haven Jones, and then back to the top. Alex Van Vieren and Easton Denning due up here in the top half of the 7th. Warren County does have a pitcher warming up in the bullpen over there down the right field line for Livingston. Nobody warming up in their bullpen is Goolsby. It's going to be his number. He's up at 101 pitches right now. He only can go 19 more pitches here in this outing, so he's going to have a pretty quick inning here in the 7th.
Yeah, your goal here if you're Warren County is to foul off a bunch of pitches. See if you can get into that bullpen here and try to scratch off an insurance run or two, because ultimately, you know, Livingston, they've played with fire. Warren County has in the Livingston home halves of the innings. They've played with some fire, giving Livingston as many opportunities as they have. So you're definitely going to want to try to add on some insurance here if you can.
And it actually looks like that Ethan Westmoreland is starting to warm up and get loose a little bit over there in the Livingston Academy bullpen. So we may see him if Goolsby isn't able to get through this inning quickly. Again, he only has 19 pitches remaining. You only have a max of 120 at the high school level. He's at 101 right now. Now, that is not official. That is unofficial, so take that for what you will. Coach Loftus will have a countdown there that he is going to go by. And it'll be 9-1-2. Haven Jones coming to the plate to lead things off here for the Pioneers. He has been on board once, and he scored back in the 3rd. He got on base by a walk. And that one misses inside, 1-0. And if you're the Pioneers, you are going to be uber patient. And we've had a few pitches already from the bullpen out in Warren County going to the field of play. If that is any indication, coming up in the bottom of the 7th. 2-0 now to the batter in Jones. Swung on right side. That'll be a foul ball. 2 balls and 1 strike now to Jones, the left fielder, who made a pretty good grab out there in left to end the inning, and the chance for the Wildcats to tie the game in the bottom of the 6th. Titans make their pick yet over there?
Not yet. They are still on the clock. The pick is in, though.
Comes the 2-1. That one back into the net, and it's 2-2.
Regardless of if he's able to get through this inning or not, you got to give Goolsby a lot of credit. He has battled in this game, looked early on like Warren County might have him timed up, and since then he's adjusted really, really well.
He's down to 15 pitches remaining. That one misses outside, down to 14 pitches remaining. 3-2 to the 9 batter in Jones. Warren County seeing if they can't squeak across an insurance run or two. Comes the payoff. And off the end of the bat, good battle. Down to 13 pitches now for Drew Goolsby, and this may be his final batter as Ethan Westmoreland, I believe it's Ethan Westmoreland, warming up there in the LA bullpen, still trying to get loose. Here comes the payoff. Missed inside. It'll be a leadoff walk issued to the 9 batter Haven Jones, his second one drawn of the day, and the 4th walk issued by Goolsby, and he's down to just about 12 pitches. Loftus is looking to the bullpen. Hasn't come out of the dugout yet. Van Vieren will be at the plate, the leadoff batter for the Pioneers. So this will be, I think I can say with about 99% certainty, his final batter. Unless he gets him to fly out on the first pitch, and then I guess that kind of changes that. But would imagine that Van Veeren is going to be pretty patient here. Been aboard once, flew out his last time up to right, showing bunt, pulls it back, that is ball one. So a little bit of small ball possibly, and we've seen Van Veeren, he actually had the bunt single back in the third after Burns didn't come over and cover first base. Runner on first base, shows bunt again, puts it down, that's a good one. Goolsby, throw to first, got the out there. So they get the important first out. Easton Denning coming to the plate.
Absolutely, and again, a really, really tough play for Goolsby. Then had to kind of get that throw over Dawson Ledbetter, who was, crashing in to try to field the bunt. Had to throw over him as well to get that ball to first. So a good play by Goolsby to get that first out.
And they're letting Goolsby go. He may get to that max of 120.
What's he at right now?
He is close to 110. As Easton Denning is coming to the plate. That one misses high. I believe he is at right around 110. This one hit hard right side. That'll be down for a hit. Here comes Jones. They will send him. The insurance run will score for the Pioneers, and Denning has himself a run batted in.
And a really smooth swing by Denning there. Saw one up in the zone that he could turn on, and he didn't miss it. Them playing it no doubles, depth out in the outfield. The run was able to score pretty easily from there, as I think now we're going to get the pitching change.
And it will come now as he is up to right around 110 pitches with one out here in the seventh. It will be Ethan Westmoreland. It's the Hall Sports and Outdoors call to the bullpen. We're back after this on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network.
From the sports field to the hunting field, our friends at Hall Sports and Outdoors can outfit anyone. Located in the heart of Jamestown at 207 South Main Street, Hall Sports and Outdoors carries everything from kayaks, fishing gear, and camo to guns and ammo. With top brands such as Columbia, Timberland, Under Armour, Asics, and much more, nobody can top their selection. Need some custom gear for your team? They also offer uniforms, gear, and custom embroidery. Stop by and see them at 207 South Main Street in Jamestown. Hall Sports and Outdoors, proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Clint Connor is your local auctions expert. With full service from start to finish, the Exit Crossroads Auction Group are here to make the process easy for you. Visit crossroadsauctiongroup.com for more details and current auctions. Clint Connor, your local auctions expert, is proud to sponsor this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Fire and Vine in Cookeville is the Upper Cumberland's home for delicious Chicago-style pizza, beef, chicken, fish, and more. Located in Cookeville's historic downtown district, Fire and Vine's food and atmosphere will keep you coming back for more. Take in stunning views with creative food and drinks on the rooftop. Fire and Vine is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
It's a Hall Sports and Outdoors call to the bullpen for the Livingston Academy Wildcats. They now trailed 3-1 to Warren County as the insurance run was scraped across by Easton Denning, who was able to play Haven Jones, who worked a leadoff walk here in the inning. Drew Goolsby's day is done. Opens the door for Ethan Westmoreland, who pitched fairly well against Upperman the other night on Tuesday. 2 innings, did not allow any hits or runs. He walked a couple of batters and had 3 strikeouts in the day. So his name will be called here today against a Warren County lineup with 1 out here in the top half of the 7th and a runner on first base.
Yeah, and this is a big, big spot for him as well. Middle of the order, the heart of the order that's done a lot of the damage tonight. You got to get 2 outs here, and you really want to limit this damage to just the 1 run that Denning just drove in. So big, big chance here.
Goolsby's line's still open, but right now as it stands, 6 1/3, 6 hits, 3 runs, all earned, 4 walks, and 6 strikeouts. Westmoreland steps in to face Aiden Miller, the 3-hole hitter. Swings at it first pitch, hits it hard right side. Burns flips to second. Here comes the throw to first in time. The inning-ending double play. Dawson Ledbetter stretching out to make sure it counts. It's the 4-6-3 variety that time. We head to the bottom of 7. Warren County did get the insurance run across. It's 3-1 with the Wildcats coming to the plate. You're watching the high school baseball game of the week presented by the Overton County Farm Bureau on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network. It is the bottom of the 7th here at Pat Swallows Field with the Wildcats coming to the plate. 9-1-2. They trail by 2. They need at least 2 runs to force extras. They need 3 to win the game. Drake Blankenship leads things off. First pitch swinging. That's fielded by Coach Loftus in the third base coach's box. Pick is in for the Tennessee Titans.
Tavondre Sweat from Texas. I like that pick a lot.
Big boy.
Big old defensive tackle.
There's the 0-1 from Van Vieren. That one misses and goes to 1-1. Van Vieren pitch count, not in too much trouble. He's only at 85 pitches right now, so he's still got a ways to go to get to that max of 120. The 1-1. Breaking ball, called strike on the inside corner. 1-2 on Drake Blankenship, who's 1 for 2 so far with a double and a pop out to the pitcher. He'll choke up on the bat. And the 1-2. Breaking ball off the end of the bat. Got to be a tough play. Throw to first is not in time. Gets away from Miller. Into the outfield it goes. Blankenship trying to get to second base, and he is safe. That was a pretty good throw from Miller over there at first. Blankenship stretched it, and now he is into scoring position. He's a little bit shaken up, though, after that dive. And now they're going to go check on him at second base. So Zach Cotterman will come to the plate as the tying run. And a 3-1 game. Blankenship off the end of the bat as Haven tried to make a tough throw. Was a little bit up the line, and I think Miller was afraid of the collision there at first base. Kind of got out of the way at the last second. It is a laser of a throw, and now Blankenship, he is a little bit shaken up. And they will come out and check on him at second base. This could be interesting because they used a pinch runner in Junior Steele for Dawson Ledbetter. Blankenship will stay out there now at second base with nobody out. And the top of the lineup, 2 up for the Wildcats and Zach Cotterman.
Looks like he just kind of had the wind knocked out of him a little bit there and just needed a second to regain himself. So now a big opportunity. You got the heart of the order up, a runner in scoring position. You're down by 2. You've got a chance here if you're Livingston. They've had these opportunities. Can they break through here?
Zach Cotterman singled his last time up. He's 1 for 3. He's got a runner in scoring position. Cotterman signifies that tying run. And he throws behind him. Van Vieren has done that a few times. He's hit a couple of batters. We've seen kind of, sometimes it just doesn't quite come out of the hands right. So it's 1-0 to Cotterman. Runner on second base. They did have a pitcher warming up, that being Warren County. So they have somebody available. This one's swung on and out of play.
And again, Van Buren's pitch count, you're not even close to concerned just yet because he's still in the 80s, so you've got a lot of mileage left on that arm still. So looking for a couple big outs here. Cotterman had a good swing last time up, so you got to keep from making a mistake here.
The 1-1 misses outside. Really, really good block by Haven behind the plate to keep Blankenship at second base.
I think the other thing you've got to do here if you're Van Buren, and it's a lot easier said than done, you've kind of got to put Blankenship at second out of your mind because ultimately his run doesn't matter all that much.
Correct.
The run that matters is the one that comes to the plate.
The 2-1 pitch. Fastball popped up, and that'll go out of play, and it's now 2-2 on the batter and Cotterman.
Kind of froze there, thinking for a second that might be coming our way.
It's a little freaky when you can't see it. Of course, we are in the press box. Big old window in front of us, so the chances of it coming in are very slim. The 2-2. Ooh, that was a good breaking ball, but it misses just outside, and the count runs full on Cotterman. The game-tying run right now. Van Vieren delivers. Back up the middle. That'll be through. Blankenship is going to be held up at third base. And now runners on the corners for Carson Parrott, who signifies the winning run.
And we have seen enough of Carson Parrott playing baseball to know, Jacob, that one swing of the bat and he can end this game real quick. So this is now a dangerous batter for Van Buren. I wonder if maybe they're starting to mull over. They might make a pitching change here soon if he's not able to get it out.
King not coming out of the dugout, just kind of talking it over with the defensive where they want him shifted at. Runners on the corners for the Wildcats. Cotterman over at first, Blankenship at third, and Carson Parrott coming to the plate. One of the best batters in the lineup for the Wildcats. He is 0 for 3 today with a ground out, a fly out, and a pop out. He's looking for a hard hit ball into the outfield. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th. Warren County leads it 3-1. First pitch from Van Vieren. Swung on, popped up, and out of play 0-1. And again, it's just 285 down that left field line. Parrott does have power. Of course, 384 to dead center, so you'd rather get it closer to that left field line. Check over to third, fake a throw, and now we'll step back on the mound. Trying to keep Blankenship honest over there at third. Very short backstop here at Livingston. There is padding on the backstop. It can take some weird bounces, though. And that's going to hit Parrott and load the bases. The game-winning run will be on the base path.
And again, I think so much of this is due. You've seen Van Buren almost been enamored with the base runners instead of worrying about the batter at the plate. And now you've seen his command go away for him a little bit. And it doesn't get any easier now because now you've got even more power coming up in Tayshawn Hayes. And he doesn't have to hit it out to win the game now. You put one in the gap with Carson Parrott's speed, there's a good chance that all three runs score here.
Tayshawn Hayes can hit it out.
Yeah.
He's got the power, the ability to do so. We saw him hit a tank at DeKalb County last year.
That was, you want to talk about a no-doubter. That was one of the biggest no-doubters I've ever seen. And again, the scary part is now he doesn't have to do that to win the game here. He can keep it in the park and win the game.
And now Coach King will come out of the dugout and make a change, possibly on the mound. Van Vieren on the mound right now. Bases loaded, nobody out. The game-winning run is over at first base for the Wildcats. It led it off with an error. Drake Blankenship reached on the error after the swing off the end of the bat, kind of the swinging bunt, and a bad throw into the outfield. He advanced up to second base in the process. Cotterman then singled over to first. It was first and third, and then Parrott was hit by a pitch. The third hit batter by Van Vieren. And Coach King doesn't look like he's making a change right now. He's kind of just talking to the whole infield about what they want to do. They're going to leave Van Vieren out there with nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th.
It's a big show of trust there by Coach King to Van Buren. As again, he hadn't really had these command issues all night, and then here in the 7th inning, in the most important time, it pops up. He's putting faith in him, though. He's going to trust his senior out there.
So Van Vieren on the mound through 6 innings so far. Tayshawn Hayes, he could end this game with one swing of the bat. Bases loaded and nobody out. Van Vieren delivers. Breaking ball. Back up the middle. It's going to score one. Here comes the tying run in Cotterman. It's not going to be in time, and we are tied. A 2 RBI single by Tayshawn Hayes ties this one up in the 7th, and still nobody out with Dylan York coming to the plate.
And one of the things to look for when a pitcher is struggling right after a mound visit, if you're an aggressive hitter, that very first pitch, they're going to try to get ahead with an easy strike. And Tayshawn Hayes didn't miss it. Lines that one back up the middle, ties this game, and now Jacob, 2 runners on, the game-winning run in scoring position, nobody out, and Dylan York, who's hit the ball hard every time up at the plate, a chance to win the game now.
It will be a Hall Sports and Outdoors call to the bullpen in a 3-3 game in the bottom of the 7th. We're back after this on the high school baseball game of the week.
From the sports field to the hunting field, our friends at Hall Sports and Outdoors can outfit anyone. Located in the heart of Jamestown at 207 South Main Street, Hall Sports and Outdoors carries everything from kayaks, fishing gear, and camo to guns and ammo. With top brands such as Columbia, Timberland, Under Armour, Asics, and much more, nobody can top their selection. Need some custom gear for your team? They also offer uniforms, gear, and custom embroidery. Stop by and see them at 207 South Main Street in Jamestown. Hall Sports and Outdoors, proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Visit swallowsinsurance.com or call us today, 931-526-4025. Protecting your future. It's what we do.
Livingston Regional Hospital is Livingston's hometown hospital. Located at 315 Oak Street, Livingston Regional Hospital provides compassionate, quality care for all patients from local people you can trust, so you can count on them to treat you like family. Their excellent staff offers years of experience and training to meet the needs of all patients. They understand the importance of providing care in a professional and comforting manner. They're proud to partner with Livingston Academy Athletics through the LRH Sports Medicine Team. Livingston Regional Hospital is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Delicious Pan Pizza is Domino's best-kept secret, with locations in Smithville, Sparta, Livingston, Allgood, and 2 in Cookeville. Delicious pan and hand-tossed pizza, pasta, and more is never far away. Use the Domino's app to take care of your game day eats today. Domino's is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Back here in Livingston, and we are all knotted up at 3 apiece after the 2 RBI single by Tayshawn Hayes. A big hit with the bases loaded and nobody out. Still nobody out. Runners on first and second. Carson Parrott is in scoring position at second base, and Dylan York, who has had a good day, will be coming to the plate. On the mound is going to be the catcher. Going to the mound, Brian Haven. He's got 9 appearances so far on the season, 9 innings so far on the season. He's got an ERA of 5.44, 12 strikeouts to 11 walks, and a batting average against of .219. Dylan York coming to the plate, has been aboard twice. A single, a walk, and a line out to right his last time up. He needs one big hit to plate Parrott and win this game. And to check back to second. Again, Parrott does have speed, so pretty much anything in the outfield that hits the grass will most likely score him. Nobody out with runners on first and second for the Wildcats. And there's a called strike on the outside corner.
And now the game plan for Jamie Loftus almost can change here, Jacob, because now with nobody out, you don't want to with necessarily Dylan York, but if you want to choose to say, hey, put down a bunt, move Parrott over, you've got the outs to do so now.
Haven paying a lot of attention. This one hit hard, right side. That'll be through. Parrott is going to be sent and then stopped. They bobbled it for a second in right field. Here comes Parrott. He will score. And Dylan York walks it off for the Livingston Academy Wildcats in the bottom of the 7th. A 4-3 winner for Hawkeye. He stopped. Parrott did. They bobbled it in right field. Parrott took off and scored. And Dylan York gets the job done.
And a really good job there of Dylan York again. Got something he could drive, turned on it, hits into the outfield, and it looked like it was just going to be bases loaded, nobody out. A bobble in the outfield leads to Carson Parrott being willing to take it. I'd imagine you'd still give Dylan York an RBI on it anyways because Parrott came around and got about a third of the way down the line on the hit as well. But what a gritty, gutsy effort by Livingston Academy to come back here. Dylan York, the game-winning hit to seal it all. He had a massive day at the plate.
They do give him the run batted in, and Carson Parrott, the game-winning run. 3 runs across in the bottom of the 7th for the Wildcats. They win it 4-3 in walk-off fashion. As we welcome you into the post-game show, we'll try to break it down here in the high school baseball game of the week. 4 runs on 8 hits, 2 errors in the field for Livingston, 3 runs on 5 hits, 1 error in the field for Warren County. Warren County led it all game long. They led 1-0, 2-0, 2-1, and 3-1 as they got that insurance run in the top of the 7th, but it wasn't enough as they loaded the bases with nobody out. Tayshawn Hayes singles, scores 2. Dylan York steps up second pitch in the at-bat, ropes it to right field, and Carson Parrott took a gamble, and he scored and wins the game for the Wildcats 4-3.
Yeah, really, again, just a really good effort there by Livingston in the 7th. They started to do what we talked about they needed to do all game long. They started putting together more patient at-bats against Van Buren, made him work a little bit more. His command kind of left him a little bit. And when pitches were left over the plate for Livingston to hit, they didn't miss them. Tayshawn Hayes attacked the first pitch he saw, tied the game up at 2. Dylan York early in the at-bat there against Haven ends up driving that one to right for a base hit and the game-winning run. So a good job by Livingston of battling back and not letting even that insurance run that Warren County got didn't end up mattering. That's a really good win for the Wildcats with postseason play right around the corner.
Drew Goolsby, he's going to get a no decision in this one. Went 6 1/3, 5 hits, 3 runs, 2 were earned, 4 walks, and 6 strikeouts. Ethan Westmoreland, he's going to get the win. He threw 1 pitch and got an inning-ending double play in the top of the 7th, but he will be in line for the win as he took over whenever they put the winning runs on the board. On the other side, Van Buren went the 6 innings, 8 hits, 4 runs, 3 were earned, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts. And then just a few pitches there from Haven in relief, as the final score in this one 4-3. And offensively for the Wildcats, Zach Cotterman went 2 for 4 with a run scored. Carson Parrott had the game-winning run. Tayshawn Hayes 1 for 4 with 2 runs driven in. Dylan York 2 for 3 with a run driven in and a run scored. Rusty, who are you going to go with for the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game?
Well, I kind of had to shift my pick entirely based on how Livingston came back there. I'm going to go with Dylan York, though. Driving in the game-winning run, had really hit the ball hard. It felt like every time he was at the plate, had Van Buren timed up really well, and then obviously gets the game-winning RBI there. So I'll go with Dylan York for the player of the game.
Dylan York, your Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game. The Wildcats improved to 18-4 in walk-off fashion tonight, a 4-3 winner over Warren County. Warren County falls to 15-16. Livingston will face Clinton County tomorrow here at home, and then Cumberland County on the road. Both of those teams out of Kentucky. That'll be on Monday. For Warren County, they'll be against DeKalb County coming up on Monday, and then that'll be the end of the regular season into district tournament time after that. For us here at UCR, we'll be in Baxter tomorrow, a noon start time for Upperman and Station Camp. That'll be a really fun game between 2 of the top teams in the 3A classification. Rusty and myself will be there for that one. That's going to do it for us tonight. Make sure you keep it tuned in to UpperCumberlandReporter.com. Goose is out in Birdstown tonight. He's getting pictures. You'll have the game story and interviews coming up afterwards as well. We're glad to have you along for the high school baseball game of the week presented by the Overton County Farm Bureau. And that's going to do it for us. For Rusty Ellis, I'm Jacob